Welcome back to another episode of CHP Sports with Kenny to my left and Anthony. That's me.
What's
Hi,
up?
Kenny.
What's up? What's up? What's up? How's it going?
We are coming off another sports weekend. A couple of things, although I can't say I was super impressed by this sports weekend. We'll hit the thing I don't want to hit first. We know who's in the World Series. It's the Braves against the Astros.
Yeah. Very
I care about
surprising, but to me,
I
but
care about neither team.
yeah, me neither. Just surprised. It's kind of average as the Braves were all year to beat the Dodgers, who were, I mean, I think they had the best record, right? 100 some wins.
Yeah.
Kind of surprising, but
I think the Braves did not have that many wins. Like they were
no.
just over 500.
Yeah, I mean, the Phillies were chasing them, remember? And the Phillies were right around 500 all year. But yeah, to see that, it's pretty impressive, especially with the Dodgers roster, right? Lineup, pitching staff. But hey, you get hot. That's baseball. You get hot at the right time. And here we are. The Braves and the Astros, the cheaters and the team that was in 600 World Series through the 90s.
And still has a racist chant.
Correct.
And arguably very racist name.
Very exciting stuff. And I say that sarcastically because I don't know why I don't like baseball anymore. And it's almost November. So there's
Hey, they might get two or three games in before November.
Yeah, it's insane to me. But that's stop the season in September. Make it stop.
Yes.
But so yeah, yes. Well, I'll be interested to see who wins just because the Braves made it and they're an NL team. But I don't know. I might watch half of a game or something.
Yeah, I doubt I'll watch any of it.
Yeah.
Like I read somewhere that someone, maybe it was an article I read, was that the pomp and circumstance around it is fun. Like it's cool to see the crowds jacked up and like turning like right before the first pitch, but then like the actual baseball, like I don't care about it all.
Yeah, I don't know what they need to do for me to get excited for baseball. Maybe the just Phillies need to just be in it, and then I'd be interested. I don't know.
Probably.
Yeah, I mean, it always helps when your home team is in, but like, again, I still have become just more of a fan of players. Like I'll just watch that bat with Mike Trout. Like I'll turn the game off, turn it back on later. It's just,
See up again yet?
Yeah, it's just very boring to me at this point. But I don't know. Who knows?
There you go.
Maybe if my kid plays and he gets more into it, I'll be more into it. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. We've talked about baseball's problems ad nauseum.
Yeah.
So, NCAA football. I guess my thoughts on the NCAA weekend. There not a whole lot happened. Other than Penn State did what Penn State likes to do and lose a game they probably shouldn't have lost, which immediately right after they were sort of in the playoff race.
Yeah, now they're pretty much done. Can we talk about the overtime? What is that?
I don't know. I didn't realize they had changed that rule, so I'm like I had my computer out and I had the game on and I wasn't paying too much attention. I was like, wait, why are they trying a 2-point conversion? Like, did they score and I missed it?
I don't understand.
Then they missed. I was very confused until I figured out what was happening.
Why not that be the last resort? Like, why not play the game out like the NFL does for another quarter and see what happens first? I guess that's exciting, but is that real football? They going for 2 yards in a squish down field? Like, I don't know. Is that how? It's kind of like penalty kicks, I guess, in soccer. But
well, I guess my question is: were we seeing so many ties, or like with the sort of the overtime system we just had, where you started at the 25? Like, I feel like we didn't see that many ties with that, or like forcing it to further overtime. So he would get to like second or third overtime. He usually would end around there.
Yeah, this was 9. What? 9?
And it was terrible football. Like the offense was atrocious.
Like how much can you really? So that when you think about it, whatever the score was going in, what was the score going into overtime?
I don't know.
Like 14 or 16?
Something 16. Like that. Yeah, it was pretty low.
So you had a game where no one really scored all game. Not a lot of scoring anyway. And then what do we do in overtime? We put the ball in the 2-yard line. I don't know.
I mean, one possibility is to play sort of conspiracy theorist. Like, is it like a bet? Is it a betting issue? Right. So,
Maybe.
like you said, under the old system where you start at the 25 for ad infinitum until someone wins, where you could have a 7-7 game, and then all of a sudden the game ends up being like 28-20, 21, or something like
Yeah,
that.
maybe they hit the over now, or it's weird.
I mean, it definitely amplifies the score.
At least have like 5 minutes where you play regular football. Okay, and then
Something.
if no one kicks a field goal or scores or whatever, then go to sudden death. But have
Yeah, I mean,
something first.
I like the NFL system. I think the NFL system is good.
That's what I mean. Like they play an actual overtime.
And it's like, yeah, let's be honest. Like if you're still tied after 10 minutes, it's a tie. Like you're evenly matched. Like,
Yeah.
it's okay to be a tie.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. That was weird to me.
yeah, and then there was another big upset. What upset am I thinking of? I'm forgetting.
I don't know. Oregon won. Alabama won.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Cincy won.
Cincy.
Oklahoma had a scare, so it ended up being 35-23.
Yeah.
But it was closer than
Oh,
that.
Oklahoma State lost.
Yes, that was it. Oklahoma State got beat by Iowa State. So that really hurts.
Yeah, it hurts.
Yeah, I don't know. It's there was like the possibility for a lot of upsets. Like Kansas was winning basically that entire game up until the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And then they pissed it away in the fourth because they couldn't tackle their quarterback for Oklahoma, who's very good.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking at like Georgia, Cincinnati, Alabama, Oklahoma. That's your top four now. Ohio State somehow is ahead of Michigan, even though, Michigan hasn't played anybody.
Yeah, Michigan finally plays someone this coming week. They played Michigan State this coming week.
But Oregon is still behind Ohio State.
It makes no sense. I don't. Now, again, like I would say, if watching Oregon this weekend and watching Ohio State this weekend, I think if Oregon and Ohio State play, I think Ohio State wins by probably 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, maybe.
Because I think Ohio State's playing really well right now. Our defense is still completely suspect, but our offense is just a juggernaut.
Another big upset. Coastal Carolina lost finally to Appalachian State. I think they were 14th ranked.
Were they?
Yeah,
they did. Appalachian State always beats some undefeated team during the year.
Yeah, it's a tough place to go play. They're always a solid team.
Yeah, they're always seem like they're very well coached, good players. Mm-hmm. So good job by them. Yeah, but that was it. Like it seemed like a kind of a nothing weekend for NCAA football.
Michigan State, number 6 and number 8. That should be a good one.
So yeah, what's this coming week? Week 9? What do we got here? All right, let's see. Yeah, so Michigan State's a big one. Oklahoma, Texas Tech should be good, just because it's a rivalry game.
Yeah.
Georgia, Florida has it depends what Florida team shows up. If the Florida that played Alabama to the nail biter, in a nail biter shows up, that could be a good game.
Yeah.
If crappy Florida shows up, Georgia rolls. What else is going? Let's see, Ole Miss against Auburn could be good. Yeah, number 10 versus number 18.
The old SEC, always good.
That's what I'm seeing. Notre Dame against North Carolina. That's a game. If it was in North Carolina, I would guess North Carolina would win. And then, what was going to be the big game for this coming weekend is Ohio State against Penn State in Ohio Stadium. But of course, Penn State lost. So obviously that game has lost some of its shine. So they're number 20, we're number 5.
You just hope it's not a trap for Ohio State.
Yeah, no, I think Penn State, and maybe who knows what happened this week with Penn State. Maybe were they looking ahead to us? Maybe.
Yeah.
Like if you're one of the top, the major programs, Ohio State, Alabama, Georgia, you're always going to get everyone's best shot.
Yep,
so,
for sure.
We're going to get Penn State's best shot. And it's a night game, so everyone's going to be juiced up,
fired up.
It'll be fun to watch. But we'll see who takes that one home. And my Dukies are playing number 13 Wake Forest.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah,
we have 3 wins this year. Look at us. We are 3-4.
How about Wake Forest this year?
I know.
Where'd they come from? Were they 7-0?
Yes, there's something. Let's see here. Let me click on them. They are 7-0. Yeah. They have played nobody.
Yeah, which is
uh,
which is what it seems like with everyone right now.
yeah, yeah, they haven't played a very tough schedule. I can't
Yeah,
say.
there's just not been a lot of big time. I mean, there has been some good games, right? Good ranked matchups, but
Yeah,
just
I mean, it's just the way the schedules always tend to stack. Like the SEC tends to stack
yeah,
a lot of divisional games early,
early.
unlike every other conference, which stacks them towards the end of the season.
Yeah, so the SEC
Um,
always looks better at the end of the year. People forget about their loss.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
but
exactly. But I guess all right. So let's pick the Ohio State Penn State game. I'm gonna go Ohio State wins that.
yeah, I think they win that. I think they roll at home. They do look good. I think they did have a lot of young guys early on, and they're coming into their own. I think they win that.
Georgia versus Florida. Do we think this is a trap game for Georgia? It's in Jacksonville.
I just think their defense is just too good. I think they win
Yeah,
easy.
no one scored against them. It seems
Oh.
like every game I see them and the other team has 5 points by the end
Yeah,
of the game. Yeah, I guess Georgia, and then I guess Michigan State, Michigan, number 6 versus number 8.
I'm
Big
going.
noon.
I'm going Michigan State just because of my good friend likes Michigan, so I'm going to root against him. I'll be texting him the whole game.
There you go. Who's Michigan State played? Oh, the same nothing schedule we played. Um,
Yeah, they haven't played anybody.
God, this is a toss up. I don't know. I don't think either team is great. I hate to say I'm going to go Michigan. I, I I want Michigan State because it's hard for me to ever root for Michigan, but I think Michigan wins it.
Maybe they'll go undefeated into the Ohio State game.
Yeah, that's kind of like then we look real good.
Yeah,
Let's go NFL. So NFL, I think we're at the part of the season where everyone's starting to separate. Like we're starting to see, who is in kind of what category. It's sort of better placed teams at this point.
except for one team,
Which team?
the Ravens. I don't know what they are. I called that win though, and the Bengals blew them out.
Oh, they did. They smoked them.
Yeah,
I switched over to watch. I watched the first half, and that halftime score, they were tied, or it was a 3 point. I think it was a 3 point lead for the Bengals. Then I switched over to F1 because I wanted to watch the F1 race. So I was watching F1. It gets to 4 o'clock. I'm like, oh, let me switch back over to that Bengals Ravens game real quick. See what the score is. It's probably real tight. Nope. Bengals are up 41-17. I'm like, oh
yeah,
well, that
blew them out.
that
And
turned out to be something.
but I look at the Ravens and they've had flashes, right? But last week they got dominated for three quarters, and then somehow won at the end. They also lost to Detroit, but somehow won on a missed call and a 600-yard field goal. So I'm is this a 3-4 team or a 5-2 team? You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
but the Bengals, I mean, they handed it to them. So they're still a mystery to me. But the Titans had another big win.
Yeah, because they also had that huge win. You were thinking 2 weeks ago was when they lost to the Colts after being dominated for 3 quarters.
Yeah, yeah.
And then last week they smoked the Chargers, who
Oh, that's right. Correct.
you think are good.
Sorry, that was a Thursday night game.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
you messed me
But
up.
we think the Chargers are good.
Yeah, and they smoked the Chargers, and then they get blown out by the Bengals. I don't know who they are. I don't know who the Ravens are. So
I think they're Lamar. They are Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, I mean,
I really think that's what they are. If Lamar goes off and the defense doesn't, contain him, they're unstoppable.
Yeah.
And he is almost unstoppable. I mean, because he plays the quarterback position so much differently than everyone else. He's a different type of quarterback. Is he as good of a drop back passer as name the 10 best top drop back passers in the league? No, he's not. But he's the best athlete on the field.
He's just different. Yeah.
Yeah, he's just the best athlete on the field. So if he decides to extend the play and and make he's not a bad he's not bad throwing the ball. Obviously,
No.
He's very good throwing the ball. And he can make plays on this, as he moves outside the pocket that other guys can't make, and he can run. And when he runs, no one can catch him. So it's just he's just just decide all right, it's time for me to take over the game, and he can. I think in this game, when I was watching the first half, the Ravens had their defense rolled up to stop the run. And then once the Bengals, it looked to me like once the Bengals sort of figured that out and started doing double moves on the outside and or faking screen passes and then having the blockers go, that was where they were starting to get plays down the field.
Yeah.
Because those safeties were rolled up pretty close to the line of scrimmage. It looked like. So, who knows what's going on with the Ravens defense? I mean, they're did Cincinnati just show the blueprint for how to beat them? And beat them badly.
Well, and that's what you worry about, right?
Yeah.
As did they expose something that now everybody will see? We'll see. So
we'll see, because I think we're the AFC North kind of going into the round robin of, I guess the Ravens aren't, but like the rest of the AFC North kind of does its round robin of first round of games here. So obviously Bengals, Ravens this week, and then this coming week it's Browns Steelers, and then I think the Browns play the Bengals after that game. So
and the Bengals look good. They don't.
Yeah,
they look like a solid team.
Yeah, the Bengals are good. Like the AFC North is going to be a tough division, as we've discussed.
Yeah.
Like, it seems like kind of depends on which week you get some of these teams. It's kind of hard to tell right now who's the most consistent. But it looks like at least the Ravens, Browns, and Steelers. I would say Ravens, Browns, and Bengals all have pretty high highs.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They all can play pretty darn well at their best. They also seem to like they can all play pretty darn poorly at their worst.
Yeah.
Steelers, I don't know if their sort of peak is as high as the other teams.
They're 3-3 right now,
but they're always a tough out, as we've discussed.
Yeah.
Like no one's in the AFC North getting easy out against the Steelers.
No. So it's kind of crazy, but it's kind of cool seeing a different team like the Bengals looking good. They got the best rookie in the league. I don't even think it's close at this point with Chase.
The touchdown he scored yesterday was phenomenal.
He's amazing. So
it was phenomenal.
It was cool to see. And it throws a little wrinkle in the division for sure. And one that's been dominated by the Ravens and the Steelers, right? And now the Browns coming in, you think maybe they're the team this year. So it's interesting. It'll be a fun year to see how that division plays out.
Yeah, and it's going well so far. Let's see what other takeaways. The Colts finally get a good win for them.
Yeah.
In the pouring rain, but they did what they had to do. They ran the ball really well.
Crazy weather. Weather.
Pouring weather.
Yeah, he went to college in North Dakota, so I think that helped him.
They look solid. And it was kind of ran away with the game by the end. Like it did. Yeah. I think it felt like the score seemed like closer than it actually was by the end.
Yeah, and then not really many other games surprised me this week. Everything was pretty. I wasn't blown away, even for games that we weren't sure. We were like, could go either way, and it did go either way. But most of the games went.
I guess the two I'll mention: Giants over Panthers by a lot, right? 25-3. I guess that's surprising.
Yeah, they benched Sam Darnold.
Yeah,
I think I picked Carolina too, but
yeah, I think I did too.
But I wouldn't. But I wasn't going to be surprised if the Giants won.
I mean, I'm surprised they won by that much.
Yeah, maybe
not
by
so much
how much
that they won, but by that much. And then, what is going on with the Chiefs?
Yeah, but again, I wasn't surprised. I was surprised with the score. Yeah, not surprised they lost. But I just think they have too many problems up front. To be honest with you, they can't block and they can't stop anybody up front on defense. And we know the NFL is controlled by the offense and defensive lines. However you want to slice that, that's how you win in the NFL.
It really is.
Yeah,
it really is. Yeah, but I agree. Nothing super surprising. Obviously, Saints Seahawks tonight, which I can't remember who we picked in that game.
I picked the Saints just because of the quarterback situation with Seattle. They don't have one. Well, I mean, Geno Smith.
Don't know who I picked.
But
I go back and listen to last week's episode because I don't remember who I picked.
I'll be watching anyway for fantasy football purposes.
Oh, there you go.
I got Kamara, so we'll see how he does. Hopefully, he scores 8 touchdowns. All receiving touchdowns too. That'll be even better. So it'll be a good game tonight. I'll be checking that out for sure. And I got into some basketball too, and surprisingly enough, Steph Curry is still really good.
Still can shoot the ball well.
And I hate to be like a guy that sweat somebody. But man, it's so exciting to watch the guy play. He just throws the ball up from wherever he's at, and it goes in. In the first half the other night, he was 9 for 9 and 5 for 5 from 3, and he had 25 points. He didn't miss any shots. Like every shot went in. It's crazy to me. Lakers are off to a bad start. 1-2.
Yeah.
Squeaked out a window against Ja Morant last night. Basketball. I mean, the Sixers did a typical blow the lead after winning against the Nets the whole time. They scored 0 points in the last 5 minutes of the game. So very typical for them. Just like the playoff series they lost in.
So here's the question: Is the situation with Simmons going to get resolved?
No, his house is up for sale right now, so that's not a good sign. Well, actually, it's a good sign because I don't want him on our team anymore. See ya. I don't even care if they get anybody.
I mean, at this point, he's just. I mean, it's such a cluster because you have so much money invested in him.
Yeah, it's tough.
And he's guaranteed.
What's frustrating to me is that they could have traded for Malcolm Brogdon from the Pacers.
Yes, he's good. He's a good player.
Right now he's averaging like 24 and 7 this year. Like, yeah, I'll take that guy. Right, another option on offense.
And he can shoot.
Yeah.
He can shoot the three.
And he's an 88, 92% free throw shooner.
He's the exact opposite of Simmons.
Correct. So whatever you lose defensively, fine. You're gaining in a more consistent offensive production,
and you still have Embiid like guarding the rim.
Yeah, and you still have Thibault, who's considered one of the best defenders in the league, as a 6-man. Like you still have a great defense. It's not like you're losing your whole team. So to me, that's what's the frustrating part is they should have taken that trade. They should have, jumped on it while they could, because this just makes it even harder. Now you're just dealing with a head case, right?
I guess it comes off as a head case, but at the same time, it's like, well, I mean, he didn't play well in the playoffs, right? But at the same time, it's not his fault that he signed him to that contract. It's not his fault that they then were like, yeah, we really shouldn't have you on the team.
Yeah. None of that.
Right? So it's like, so the fact that like if your employer was like actively saying like, you're pretty bad at your job, we really don't want you here, you probably wouldn't want to show up to work either, right? So so it's like, it's one of those things where he's getting kind of painted as like the bad guy, but at the same time, it's like, well, I don't really feel like it's of his making in terms of like how it's been handled. Yeah, his play has not been great, but
it's just like the things you hear from past players, like he's a baby, he doesn't work hard, this is why Jimmy Butler left, right? He didn't like the whole atmosphere of the Sixers because everything was being catered to Simmons, and Butler's a real hard-nosed, work-hard type guy, and that's why he left. He out and out said it, but again, listen, it doesn't affect my life at all. I wish the guy well. I hope he has a great career somewhere else. Or whatever happens, I wish he would figure it out in Philly because he does have clearly a lot of talent. But whether he mentally is struggling there, I don't know. It looks like he just wants out, and they got to figure something out. So it's not going to work there anymore. And he got kicked out of practice. I mean, he had a phone in his pocket. He's on his phone or something. They said, and he was arguing with the coach. I don't know. It's not good. They need to move on. It's
Yeah, this is one of those situations where there should be a mutual parting of ways.
Yeah, you're making $100 million or whatever he makes. Like maybe just practice and don't have your phone in your pocket or something. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I'll be like, okay, I'll for that money, I will put my phone down and I'll practice. I'll shoot a basketball around. Think about that, right? Think about that. If I told you I would give you all that money to shoot a basketball around, would you do it? I probably would, yeah.
Yeah, probably. Probably. Yeah, I can't say I've gotten into the NBA yet. I tend to – my love of the NBA like waxes and wanes. I like playoff basketball. I tend to watch playoffs.
Yeah, I mean playoff basketball. Regular season's like, yeah.
It has its ups and downs, right? There's times where you watch it and you're like, I can get into it. And I'm like, all right, this is a good game. And you can tell the players are into a particular game.
Yeah,
they're juiced for that game.
Which sounds crazy. It's like when the players are into it, you like watching it. Because some of them,
exactly.
Some of them games are like, man, they're just going through the motions at first.
Oh yeah. And like those like early February games, you're like, this is just trash.
It's horrible. Yeah.
it's like obviously I come from Cleveland, but the Cavs since LeBron left are not very good. We're a very
No.
young team.
Yeah.
We got some talent, but like I'll catch them on TV occasionally, every once in a while here in Columbus. We don't get them too much because a lot of times they're playing at the same time as the Blue Jackets, so they show the Blue Jackets.
Yeah.
But occasionally I'll get a Cavs game. I'm like, let me watch 5 minutes, and it's like, there's like it's not a full stadium or arena, so the crowd's not as loud,
Yeah.
and you can tell it's like it's us against some other like non-playoff team. You're like, oh my gosh, but the basketball's not great, so it's not good basketball. It's not like
it's
watching
like
high level
Cavs versus Charlotte tonight. And you're like, ooh, or it's like. So I like what some of the primetime games. When you're seeing like the Nets versus the Lakers or Warriors versus Celtics, or I like players. I like watching certain players. Obviously, I root for the Sixers, but I definitely have players I really enjoy watching. It's a player-dominated league right now, for sure. So I'm excited to see it back. At least it's something different on TV I can watch.
Yeah, for sure.
But so football picks. I know you got to get going.
Football picks. Yeah, I got to get going soon for another recording for CHP stuff.
Yeah.
All right, so we're coming into week 8. Our Thursday night game this week is the Packers at the Cardinals.
Good game.
Yeah, this is a good game. This is a really good Thursday night game, man.
This is probably the best one they'll have, right, all year.
Probably. It's hard to imagine 6-1 against 7-0 is somehow not going to be the best.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the Cardinals. I think the Packers have kind of been living by the skin of their teeth a little bit.
Where's the game at?
It's in Arizona.
Yeah, they picked up Zach Ertz. Big trade for them.
He scored.
And of course he did. He's a really good player. Put him in that offense. I think they're just, as long as Murray doesn't have his little hiccup turnovers here and there,
Yeah, if he holds on the ball.
He's a great player, and I think their defense is tough. So, I go with Arizona there too. Although, Packers are the Packers. They're going to fight it. But like you said, they've been kind of just winning, which means a lot in the NFL, but style points, I don't think are there some of the weeks. Some of the weeks are there, some of the weeks aren't. But I like Arizona. All
right, in the Who Knows Bowl, we have Panthers at the Falcons in Atlanta.
I'm going Falcons because of their quarterback.
I'm going Atlanta.
Yeah. They have a quarterback, and Carolina's benched their quarterback, so I don't know who's playing quarterback.
And McCaffrey's still out, I think.
Yes.
He's on IR, isn't he?
Correct.
Yeah, so let's go Falcons there. I think Falcons just won. I think they use it as a springboard here.
And they're 3-3 now. Crazy.
Yeah, they are, exactly. It's like somehow surprising they're 3-3.
Yeah.
It's like the opposite of the AFC North. You're like, how are the Falcons 3-3?
Yes.
Dolphins at Bills. Bills by a million.
Yeah, Bills by 50. Dolphins are terrible.
They are not good. 49ers in Chicago against the Bears.
I feel like 49ers win that one. The Bears are really bad.
They did not look. They're
so bad.
They looked horrible yesterday.
Yeah,
but they also beat the Raiders. They beat the Lions.
The Lions are.
The Bears beat the Bengals.
Yeah, I don't know.
How is that possible?
These are the things that don't make sense.
Now, I think that was on a last-second field goal, if I remember right. Yeah. But still.
Then the Bengals blow out the Ravens.
I'm going to take 49ers. I think the Bears look too bad this weekend.
Yeah,
I think 49ers bounce back. They look pretty solid.
Fields had a lot of turnovers. Didn't look good. He's a rookie. I don't care. Like it is.
Yeah, rookies are going to have those games where you have like a million turnovers. So it's
correct.
Just didn't look it overall. They couldn't block anyone on the offensive line. It was a major issue.
Comes back to the O line. I don't care who you are playing back there. Nobody's protecting you.
Steelers travel to Cleveland for the divisional game against the Browns. Who knows who's playing?
Who's playing?
Who knows who's playing running back for the Browns? Who knows if Odell Beckham's playing? Again, the Browns have been the walking wounded.
Yeah.
I still think even with Case Keenum, I think the Browns win this. I think we win here.
I want to pick the Browns, but because it could change come game day depending on who's playing. But I'm just going to go with Steelers because of stability at this point, not because I think the Steelers are a better team right now. Well, right now due to injuries. I think the Browns overall have the better team when everyone's healthy. But I'll go Steelers.
Sounds good. I just hit something. What did I hit? All right. Eagles against the unwinning Lions in Detroit. Lions played hard this weekend. They tried really hard. They
They
probably
play
should have
hard
won.
every week. I don't think they're a terrible team. They just, I mean,
No, they've lost like 2 games, like based on like last second
they should have beat the
things.
Ravens. They got screwed there, right? That should have been one
Yeah.
win. They played the Rams tough this week.
They played them real tough.
I don't think
I'm taking Detroit at home.
I
The
am
Eagles,
too.
I don't think are good.
I think the
they
Eagles
stink.
are awful. To put it mildly, they were terrible. They were down 33 to like 14. They got some garbage yards and points at the end, made it look kind of respectable. They're not a good team. They're terrible.
All right, so we're both taking the Lions there.
Yeah.
Here's a good one: Titans, Colts in Indy.
Yeah. Good game. Titans won 2 big games now.
I think I'm going to take the Titans.
Titans are rolling, but I'm taking the Colts just because
we're
they're at
going to
home.
differ here.
Yeah.
We're going to differ here. I'm taking the Titans because they look so strong this weekend, but I will not. This is one of those I'm not going to be surprised if it's super tight and it's basically like a toss up come the end.
Correct. And the Titans have
I think it's going to be whoever can run the ball is going to win that game.
Yeah, and they both have good running backs, Taylor and obviously the big man in Tennessee, but Derrick Henry. They I won't be surprised whoever wins, but the Titans have laid a few eggs this year.
They have. And they're another like kind of like a Ravens Browns team that's a bit Jekyll and Hyde.
Come off 2 big wins. They beat the Bills and now beat the Kansas City Chiefs. So maybe who knows?
We'll see.
Good game.
We shall see.
Yeah.
All right. Bengals head to New Jersey to play the Jets.
Always pick against the Jets.
Bengals.
Yeah.
Definitely Bengals.
The Jets also don't have a quarterback now. So.
Yeah, because their guy got injured, unfortunately.
Yeah. And they lost by like 40 to the Patriots. So.
Yeah. All right, let's work. The Rams head to Houston to play the Texans. Always pick against the Texans. Give me the Rams.
Also not good. Yeah.
And God, who knows what's going on with Deshaun Watson? This is all this off the field stuff. It's just a disaster.
Now I'm hearing he's going to Carolina.
Oh, is it Carolina now? Was Miami for a while.
Yes. And then I'm like, why is he allowed to play football in the NFL this year? Like, I don't understand it.
It's a good question there, Kenny.
Yeah, he actually sexually assaulted. Well, supposedly.
Yes, but when there's however many accusations, that's a lot of smoke for there to not be a flare.
Yeah, something had to have happened there. So it's weird to me that it's even being considered. They're like, oh yeah, they're playing the Carolina's playing the Texans in 2 weeks. What an interesting matchup that would be if Watson was playing for. That's what they were talking about the other day. And I'm like, how is he allowed to play football? But I don't know. What do I know?
Yeah. Patriots against the Chargers in Cali. Chargers.
Yeah, they're bouncing.
I think it's close, but Chargers.
Bye week, right? Coming off bye week.
Yes, they didn't play this week.
Patriots traveling across the country, always tough to do. I'm going Chargers there.
Jags against the Seahawks in Seattle. Give me the Seahawks.
We'll go upset special there. Jacksonville's been playing good.
I'll be honest. I can see it happening.
Yeah.
I think it's Seahawks play tonight. We're recording this on Monday, so they're going to have a short week. You know, if they get beat up tonight, I can certainly see it happening.
Yeah, and I think the Jags are off this week, I believe. I don't remember them playing this week. But, yeah, I could see it happening, and just because of the quarterback situation in Seattle. Unless Wilson comes back, but I don't think he's going to be ready for that.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Do you have a video playing? I'm hearing background noise somewhere.
It might be my dehumidifier in my basement.
No. There you go. All right, what do we got here? So, Patriots, Washington football team against the Broncos in Mile High. Broncos bounce back. They win that game.
I'm picking the Redskins. The Broncos are atrocious. Sorry, I'm a bitter Broncos fan.
There you go. Buccaneers against the Saints. This is in New Orleans.
Bucks are tough. I'm going Bucks.
Saints were coming off a bye last week, and they played tonight against. They haven't had a bye, have they? Sorry, I'm
Yeah,
checking
last
my
week.
schedule.
Last week they did.
They did. All right, they did have a bye. Okay, so give me, man. I really want to pick the Saints here. I'm picking the Saints. I feel not confident, but my gut's telling me to pick the Saints there.
Wouldn't
So I am.
surprise me.
The Sunday night game is Cowboys against the Vikings in Minneapolis. Cowboys are 5-1, Vikings 3-3. I think the Cowboys are a little too strong here. I think the Vikings play them tight, but I think the Cowboys managed to pull it out in the end.
Yeah, good game, but too many weapons for the Cowboys for sure.
And then our Monday night game is a game that probably initially was not at all exciting, but has suddenly become exciting. Giants at 2-5, who are playing decently well. Daniel Jones has been playing better, and they seem to be playing some offense against the Chiefs.
Who
This
are
is in Arrowhead.
who are playing terrible. I think KC rights the ship though, but might be a lot closer than expected.
Yeah, given that's in Arrowhead, I'm going to pick the Chiefs. If it was in New York, part of me would be really tempted to go Giants. But
Yeah,
in Arrowhead, give me the Chiefs here.
agreed.
And then our buys for this coming week are the Raiders and the Ravens are both off. So they get a chance to rest up. Any other comments there, Kenny?
No, man, should be interesting for sure.
Sounds good. Yeah, no, I think we've got a good setup or a good set of games coming up this week. Some good ones. We'll probably learn a bit more about a few teams. Obviously Steelers Browns I'm interested in, but Colts Titans looks really good. And that Sunday night game is really good. So
Yeah, man.
Cowboys Vikings should be good. So all right, everyone, we'll see you next week. So enjoy your week of football, if World Series baseball, if you follow that, and we'll be back in a week's time. Peace out.
See you guys.